And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kasarian, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. So, some of you may have noticed the turbine that was sitting out back in the last episode. Now, I built that off camera simply because it's kind of a pain in the rear end. So, just to let you know how it's built, you have to make these turbine blocks. Right? You get 3 per 4 blocks of steel and 4 steel plates. And the turbine in total requires 12 blocks. So it's 16 plates and 16 blocks of steel. It's expensive. Let's just put it that way. Now, once you're done with that, that's not all you have to do. The turbine needs a turbine rotor to go inside of it. And the turbine rotor is made like so. You need to make 3 of these discs. Alright? And then the discs have to be crafted into a rotor. Not too shabby, huh? Well, kind of a pain in the rear end, actually. Because that's another 3 blocks of steel. And each of those blades that I put around that rotor, those are actually... those are actually around each of those is another 3 steel. So it's kind of steel intensive to make one of these things. But they're awesome. What the turbine does is it converts steam from railcraft into power. So let's put our rotor in. We need to now hook it up. Like so. Outputting at 1%. It's outputting so low right now simply because the turbine doesn't require, actually throttles itself to only produce as much EU as it can output. And it outputs about 100 EU per tick. Okay? That doesn't sound like a lot, does it? Not especially, but the nice thing about them is they run on steam. So you don't actually need that much to get a fairly good amount of power. Especially because remember, these are steam engines. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use this connection right here. Alright, so we're just going to come out from here and connect that up like so. And what we should see, upstairs at least, is that this thing decides that it's actually going to produce enough power to make our lives less than difficult. So if we open this up, we can see it's only producing 25%. That's because it needs 4 connections. It's maxing out its output now. Now we could put another one of these, I think, can go up above this. So it's not that big of a deal, but it is producing power for us. And we can stack another one of those up top and run the power down from up here as well. But that's going to come in the future once I have a little bit more power. Or rather, a little bit more steel to produce it with, which requires a little bit more iron, actually. Yeah, iron. Iron is the major stopping up point right now. Which is also why the next thing I'm going to produce is kind of going to be a little bit difficult. You can see this thing's running right here. Getting some more diamonds out of it. Good amount more resources coming out of there as well. I replaced this with a diamond autarkic AND-gate and set all of the outputs to energy pulsar. What this does is it actually makes it pull out, I think it's a little bit more than a full stack. So it's very, very fast and very, very efficient. Alright, so what we're now going to do is I'm going to dig out a room downstairs. Now, where am I going to put it? Because I'm definitely running out of space here. at least space to put what I want to put in there. If I go over from here, put the room in wall here. Alright, so I'm going to dig out a room over here, and I'll be right back. And we're back, and I'm finishing up running some cable. As you guys can probably tell. Alright, let's just drop down here. And we're just going to hide it behind the wall, like this. Can't even tell there are any cables back there, can you? Just the way I like it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is something a little bit more fun. We're going to set up... First of all, we're going to have to pull our system down. And the only way I can really think of doing that is by coming down like this, right next to this box here. Now, of course, I don't have any pipes, any logistics pipes. Oops. But I may have some in my network somewhere. Alright, so let's get at least one of you. Let's get some of you. Alright, so now... Ooh. Alright, so let's get another pipe plug. This is the wonderful thing about pipe plugs. They allow you to do some wicked tight wiring. Okay. And there we go. But we are not, in fact, done, because we have a couple items to make. Okay, so let's get upstairs. Alright. We're going to make a device known as... Well, a couple different items. If I open up logistics... Alright, so the first item we're going to make is... here we go. The logistics fluid basic. All I need is a basic logistics pipe, a bucket, and some pipe sealant. And while we're doing that... Excuse me. Let's start making ourselves a bunch of iron plates. Okay, there we go. So I need some pipe waterproofing, which I know I have here. Pipe waterproof. I know I have cactus green in here somewhere. There it is. Remember, cactus green becomes pipe sealant. While I'm here, let me just put these away. And that, and this, and that, and resort. And that goes away too. There we go. Okay. So now, I also want to get some tin. So, we have that and that. And let's get our logistics pipes out. Okay. And it should show up any second now. Hello? There we go. Alright, logistics fluid basic pipe, and I'm actually going to make another one. With the idea that we are actually going to upgrade it into something different, which is logistics fluid extractor. Okay, do I have any wooden pipes? No. No, I don't. This is one of those things that's probably honestly easier to make just doing it by hand. Oops. And then we just take a piece of pipe sealant and a pipe and craft those together. And we should get ourselves... I need a logistics fluid insertion pipe. Okay, well that shouldn't be too hard. Let me just grab some glass out of this chest here. Those of you who watched my last SMP season will probably remember this. Not so much grief it gave me on occasion. Let's put that there and that there to get logistics fluid extractor. And let's get a logistics pipe as well. And now we're going to just need to get some tin, some bronze, because we're making forestry machines. Nothing like some good old-fashioned forestry machines, huh? We get ourselves a sturdy casing, and we're going to look up the recipe for a... squeezer. I need some tin and some glass. Alright, that's fine. And we're going to get ourselves a squeezer. Nice. Just do the trick. Okay. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of seed and put all the rest of this up here. Okay? And this will make sense in a few minutes. So let's jump downstairs. You can see the connection for my power conduit over there. Let's go down to here. Oops, a little too far. And let's just plop our squeezer right over here. Because we're going to take our redstone energy conduit and send it over and then up. Alright, and we're just going to put our squeezer right on top of it. Now we're going to hook up our basic logistics pipe to the top of that. Oops, not what I wanted to do. And we're going to configure it to request seeds. Okay. Then we're going to hook up our logistics fluid extractor to the front and connect with a bit of gold. Actually, now that I think about it, I want to do this off the back. And as I said, hook it up with a wee bit of gold. Alright, so now I can come straight up and over here. And, of course, I'm out of gold. Alright, so let me get this guy. I'll hook him up on camera, also because this is right here. If I can use this. If not, I will have to run upstairs to fix it. Ooh, I actually want to disable that fluid extractor right now. I'm not ready for it yet. Because the problem I'm going to run into is I actually need a bucket. Oh, that's why I never carry these damn things on me. Nope. Okay. So I'll be right back once I get the pipes I need. Alright, so we just hooked this up, and in a couple seconds we should see some seeds come shooting down here to connect in. Eventually. Ah, there they go. Actually a bit faster than I could see them. So now we're getting seed oil in this thing, but we're not done yet. And to do that, I actually need some more gold pipes, and to check on how my soon-to-be tank is coming. Now, it's actually going to be a relatively small tank, believe it or not. I'm not going for the gigantic amounts of storage that I was with the creosote tank out there. Give me the last one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. So I want... Let me check out the gauge. Oop, go away. Okay. Whew, thank you. That's right, glass panes. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But then I need some glass panes, which I honestly don't remember where I shoved them. Huh, there they are. Alright, so we got that. And I'm going to go build a tank downstairs, and I will rejoin you guys. What did I do with the valves? Ah, there they are. Oh, that's for a steel tank. Ooh, can't use those, can I? Alright, so I'll rejoin you guys in a couple minutes once I have this tank built. Alright guys, there's one more pipe we have to craft here. A logistics fluid provider pipe. Okay. Alright, so we should be all set there. Now let's just jump downstairs and see how we're doing down below. I went out and actually found some extra seeds. Actually, what I can do... yeah, I can do that. That's in this version. And I'm not growing any, so, you know, let's get some of these. Honestly, I'm just doing this to save space in my inventory whenever I do start cutting down grass outside, but... Alright, so let's jump down here and then here. Alright, so let's configure this guy as well. Request barley seeds. There we go. Give me a bucket, please. Do you not want to give me a bucket? Doesn't look like it wants to give me a bucket. Alright, no big deal. So let's take our fluid basic pipe and let's turn it into a bat. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put a valve on the bottom and a valve on the top. Okay? Valve on the bottom. Valve on the top after we recover this thing. Now I'm going to just dig down here. Okay. So we want to put our fluid provider down here. Okay. And then using our gold, and I'm hearing everyone starting who hasn't used logistics pipes before start shouting, wait, it won't work that way. Yeah, it will. Just give me a minute. And we'll put our fluid basic pipe up at the top here. Okay. Then we're going to go up. We won't go up. We're going to go over. And that'll connect. Awesome. Sorry, mild OCD kicking in here. Alright, there we go. So that that's connected, and I should have... Why won't you take the bucket? Does seed oil even go into a bucket? It'll go into a wooden bucket? I think there's a coding issue here. Because it'll go into a real bucket. It should go into... It'll go into a wooden bucket. It should go into a real bucket as well. So let's see if this will work. Boom. Okay. Seed oil. Now we're going to open this thing up. Seedoil.name. Okay. And now we are going to hook up our fluid extraction pipe out the back. You should fill up with seed oil. And you'll actually be able to watch it pull these canisters out and send them over into this thing. So that is managing the fluids. What? No, seriously, what? This would be managing fluids with logistics pipes, but it isn't. I don't know what just happened there. Shouldn't have happened. Let me go check out the bug reports and I'll be right back. Alright, so what's actually happening here is it's actually being pulled down into my fluid provider pipe. Yep. So there is no bug. Don't worry. It's not actually an issue. I just derped, basically. Alright, awesome. So now that everything's working, hallelujah, we can actually expand this room with more tanks. There's room for 1 and 2, and then I can start stacking them forward as well. And this is all connected upstairs. Remember, these items are encapsulated in sort of an energy field. So I actually can use my logistics pipes network anywhere in my base to request fluid over here, wherever I want. Which I think is awesome and a fantastic reason to use logistics pipes. Let's turn back into myself here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. Alright, before we end the episode, I just want to check in on this thing. You can see it's building up a surplus of seeds slowly but surely. I may help it along with some bone meal, but that's okay. But other than that, it looks like this thing's working pretty well. So if I just leave this running, we should eventually wind up with a surplus of seeds. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Kassarian. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a like, comment, subscription. Just let me know you're out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And as always, happy mining.